Welcome back, and moving on to our second segment for today, and talking about one of the most important events that will take place within a couple of days. We're talking about the Middle East and Africa Summit, and actually the concept itself of bringing more than 150 together from different countries. I mean, 150 countries. We're talking about bringing youth all together, and definitely due to all the challenges we are facing right now, we need more collaboration, we need the merging, we need also to exchange expertise, and this is something of great importance. Well, to discuss it in more details, actually here in our studio, we have the pleasure to have with us OmerAbdel, Aziz, President of the ISAC Foundation here in Egypt. Good morning.
Good morning.
And also Islam Gibaly, Executive Director of the Conference, Ministry of Youth and Sports. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we want to say, how do you see this summit as an opportunity for bringing all the youth from different countries?
Okay, so the summit is technically an opportunity for youth from the region, from the Middle East and Africa region, in order to be able to bring all them here in Egypt, so that we can have meetings about certain context for leadership and other stuff for things in terms of exchanges between those countries. So I think this is a very, very good opportunity for us to utilize as organization here in Egypt, in order to be able to grow with our exchanges as an organization. So, yeah.
So far, we feel how much the youth are really an integral part in all of the entities, whether we're talking about public or private, and now they are decision makers in many important positions. And this shows how much the Egyptian leadership is taking into consideration the new generation and the youth in general. And now when we talk about this important event, actually, definitely there's an agenda or priorities that are taken into consideration to be discussed, bringing all these youth together. So could you tell us more about it?
Mainly the agenda is directed into turning these people into leaders, because all of them are going to go back to their countries. They're going to take decisions. They're going to be leaders in their countries because they're leading something. So they're going to go back with this agenda taking place, and then they're going to go back being business owners. They're going to be managers. They're going to be leading ISAC back there. So it's the agenda is activating leadership 100% in Egypt and in other countries that are going to be there. And I think it's more than 150 countries. So I think the impact of it is going to be massive. So that's why I think the agenda is going to be one of the key factors into activating leadership in the conference.
Okay, what are the various activities designed to capture in such a summit?
Okay, so we're having technically more than one activity that will be major for this summit.
For
we'll
the
be having
attendees, yes.
Yes, we'll be having opening ceremony that will have ministries in the in this opening ceremony. This is one of the things that is very important, and that summit will be capitalizing on. And we're having lots of things like global village, and this is how people meet their cultures, the difference in the cultures. And we're having also some education sessions and some workshops for those people in order to be able to empower the leadership skills and to empower their some business skills and some concepts for exchanges. So these are the major activities, and definitely we're having the exposure for Egyptian culture. So we'll be having a certain Egyptian night in order to be able to push for the Egyptian culture. So these are one of the things that are very
Something
yes.
that can entertain them.
Yes.
Well, very good.
I think the most important or interesting part when we talk about the diversity, because years ago people were not into this diversity, and they were not, ready to accept this diversity. But so far we can see this mingling that started even with the social media, and you can find youth from all over the world. They are good friends on the social media. They are exchanging ideas, and I think these are the best ambassadors to their own countries, and they can put pressure on even their leadership to change many things taking place around so far. And I can see this is a great opportunity for bringing all these youth coming together. So if we're going to build on this or take benefit of this, how do you see it?
I see, because I think now the country is even going into the direction of accepting more cultures, even in companies. So now we're hiring people from India, from everywhere. I think the country is even shaping, it's shaped
We
a
always
bit
say that the
different.
challenging part is change.
Yes.
No one is accepting the
Yes.
change.
But the country is accepting it a bit now. I think even a lot of people are actually coming to Egypt to work here. So I think the idea is changing a bit, and also the other way around. That's the point of exchanges. Even we send Egyptians abroad, and then people now they accept it a bit even more, that they go work in another country with all different cultures. So I think it's shaping a bit in a way that this is all benefiting the country, the economy, and everything. So I think that's why ISAC has been there for a long time, and it's going to be still continuing for the next couple of years. That's why.
Okay, well, how important is the gathering of all those leaders from different countries and to the sustainable development, to improve this sustainable development here in Egypt?
Okay, so as we were talking about this summit mainly is more of how we'll bring those people all together. So we'll be having some spaces for those people in order to be able, the president from every and each country, and some of the president from every and each branch in those countries, in order to be able to bring some of the information from those countries in order to be able to work on the sustainable development goals, so that we can have a better vision for this, and specifically in the region, because this is one of the things that we're capitalizing on in this conference for the Middle East and Africa. So that's why this is one of the major things that is very important. Yes,
So
definitely.
importance
Yes.
in the region.
Definitely.
Well,
So I think the world's largest lesson is a groundbreaking initiative when it comes to visiting local schools. And we always say, whenever I talk about youth, I always include the children, because taking care of the children, this is much easier. Sometimes it is very difficult to change the mindset of the youth. But now we know the demands and we know the challenges. So if you worked on a very early age, this is going to be perfect. So the concept now that we're going to visit local schools and to include these children, and we have seen on the ground how these children are also involved and asked to work on some more practical projects and to be part of this and having models. How do you see this concept or this initiative, and how can it change more in the future?
I've been myself in one of the world lesson before in India when I was attending International Congress. The way I see it, I got to know the Indian youth, the children of India. At the same time, they got to know me. But it's a privilege, of course, because as a child, I was never expecting to see someone from a different country as in this age.
So what was the first thing they asked you about?
How's Egypt? Like, how's the pyramids? But as a kid, this is a big privilege. That's why this is happening also here. So they're going to meet people from Tunisia, Morocco, and so on. So the kid's going to see someone from a different country as a child. Maybe in the future he's going to visit the country, and now he knows the cultures and traditions of the guy because they're going to present it. So I think it's shaping up someone who's going to be curious of visiting a country in the future. I don't know which country it is, but it does develop this curiosity level. So that's why I think it's one of the best things in the conference overall.
okay, how far is the summit or the event is considered a vibrant change to make Egypt as a growing center for the global culture and the collaboration in general?
Okay, so the summit is one of the major touch points that it's happening 2 times in the year, and every country bid for this summit. Not Egypt every time. We won before an international congress, but this is the first time for the regional conference. So the thing is that people bet for this in order to be able to push their country in terms of their economical state, in terms of the exposure of the country, in terms of tourism here in the country. So this how it will push our country, because we'll be having ministries attending in this event and in this occasion, and according to this will push our organization, and this will push Egypt as a country in terms of our exposure in the future, and this will enhance the cross-culture exchange, because by this the government and the ministry is supporting this, and this is something that is very huge in order to be able to empower us, and this will be one of the things that foster the impact afterwards, in order to be able to make sure that our organization is delivering the best quality for the people that are arriving here and attending the summit. And this in the future will be a turning point in Egypt, because bringing people from the region, this from the Middle East and Africa definitely, this is something that is very powerful in order to be able to expose our country and how beautiful it is to those people, and this will make our country envisioned in a very, very good way.
Well, talking about this event, and usually whenever we talk about events, actually, the most important part are the other events that are going to take place on the sidelines of the main summit, because these are this is the part where you are going to bring them all together, away from the just being in the official one. So tell us, how long will it take, and what kind of entertainment or activities that will be taking place during the summit?
Okay, so the conference is going to take place from the 9th of November to the 13th of November. The activities, as Omar mentioned from a while, is Egyptian night, and this is like going to be 100% entertainment, us presenting Egypt to them with all of its food, dancing, whatever. And then also we're going to have a gala night, and the gala night will have rewards and recognition for everyone who's going to be rewarded for their past work for the past 6 months. And also we have tours, and tours that are going to be post-tours and pre-tours. So we take them in trips across the country, wherever they choose, Dahab, Sukhna, Fayoum, whatever they choose. And this is also showcasing the country, and at the same time the fun part. Also we have, in the first day we have this opening ceremony, so we also present shows and let them interact with the country. Pharaonic as well, we're going to present how the culture was back then in the Pharaoh days. So they're going to see, we're going to take them through the journey of Egypt from 7,000 years ago till now. They're going to see the civilization as well. So I think now we have this prepared flow. They're going to, at the end of the conference is going to be, they know 100% how's the Egyptian culture, how does it look like now, what's the culture, what are our food. So, and also Global Village is going to be very powerful, because every country presents their food, their cultures, their dress, everything. So I think they're going to go back with a lot of information. They can talk about with their friends at least. So, yeah.
Usually when we talk about differences, and sometimes also regardless of to what culture you belong to, sometimes you find many things that are common among the youth in particular, because I can see many of the youth, again on the social media, they're very good friends, they have common things because it's the same age regardless of this culture. So what do you expect after? Usually we say after this event, what do you expect, or what are the plans? I mean, usually we say also that this is going to be our homework. The events are taking place, but we have to maintain the success of each of these events. Whoever who wants to answer.
If I can answer, I think it's the impact of it is going back home, and then I know that I have someone or have a friend in this country, because this is the impact of ISAC. I've been seeing it for a while. Every time I meet people from ISAC, and now I know that if I went to France, if I went to Morocco, I'm going to have a host. Someone's going to take care of me, because we met in Egypt and now we have this friendship. And also I think this is very powered by the idea of technology now, because it's taking a big push. Also the generation now is mainly online. Back then it was a bit offline, but now they can connect just one text away. So I think it's that's why it's very pushed towards the idea of everyone just texting on whatever platform. So we're providing this platform physically, which is the conference. So they meet in the conference physically, and then they're going to take this forward, however, on what platform. And also because they're going to work together in ISAC. So every entity, for example, Egypt, they work with Morocco afterwards, but now they meet physically, they talk about their plans, goals, ambitions, and then they're going to meet this, inshallah, in the upcoming period.
Okay, as we know that this is a summit will be hosted by ISAC. What is ISAC?
Okay, so this is a very deep question.
We want to know it, yes.
Okay, so ISAC as an organization, it is one of the largest youth organization all over the globe. Actually, it fosters something that is very important. The why for the presence of this organization is peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential, which technically fulfilling the potentials of the youth in order to be able to achieve peace in the society and to achieve peace all over the globe. So this is one of the things, the major why ISAC is present.
ISAC is here.
And what we're doing cross-culture exchange in order to be able to empower this why, the peace and fulfillment, that in the future people are going to different countries, understanding the culture of this country, understanding the culture of this place, and making memories in this place in order to be able to, afterwards, if there's something that's happening in this country, they understand it and they put themselves in their shoe in order to be able to make sure that those people are not, let's say for example, doing this for a certain purpose. These people are doing this for because they are humans, and this is the major concept, what we're doing, the cross-cultural exchange. And how we're doing this, definitely through the youth and the organizations.
And I think the key word here will be the youth, because we usually, whenever we talk about the future, youth is an integral part of this. So at the end, of course, OmerAbdel, the president of the ISAC Foundation here in Egypt, and Islam Gibaly, executive director of the conference, Ministry of Youth and Sports. Thank you very much for joining us, and of course wishing all of you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for being with us here.
Thank you so much.
Right, and with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Night TV International.
Thank you.